We've had the company announcing a close to 40% fall in 2010 profit and missing estimates by some analysts polled by Bloomberg. Run us through some of the major pressure points at play right now. We'd have to assume a weak economic recovery in Europe has got to be a major one.
Well, we've had a good performance with our assets this year. The asset performance at Covent Garden particularly is strong. Rents are considerably up, over 12%, and that's given a valuation increase of 14%. So across the business we perform well. Actually, NAV per share is up 17% at 148 pence. So conditions in London are very positive at the moment.
Demand and demand status, because we know that your exhibition and conference businesses focuses on leasing space at the Olympia and Earls Court centres in West London, and then at another location in the City of London as well. What's the status on demand right now and indications of that trend moving forward?
Well, the strategy for Earls Court and Olympia is to really push forward with expanding Olympia. There's very strong demand for smaller shows in central London, particularly from business to consumer. The Earls Court portion of our holdings there is going to be the subject of a planning application for redevelopment to residential use, and that will form part of one of the largest planning applications in London, something called the Earls Court Regeneration Area, which could in the future be providing upwards of 10 million square feet of new accommodation. So the actual exhibition business itself has performed well this year. EBITDA is slightly down, but 2009 was an exceptionally strong year. What we're seeing is new shows opening. We're seeing demand from exhibitors in expanding the shows, and we're also seeing more people actually visit the shows. So I think the outlook there is positive.
Of course, when it comes to that Earls Court Exhibition Centre, we know that Capco has received expressions of interest about a possible JV to redevelop that centre moving forward. Run us through that process that you're involved in right now, and whether for you the JV is presenting a lucrative option at this stage.
Well, our focus is to secure a planning consent. So next week, the master plan, which has been undertaken by Sir Terry Farrell and Partners, will go on public consultation, and that will lead to planning applications being made in June of this year. And we expect those to be determined through the normal course of business. We've been approached by a number of parties. This is one of the most important sites in London that can be developed in reasonably short order. It has all of the appropriate infrastructure. You've got 3 tube stations, a mainline British rail station. It's partially in Chelsea, partially in Hammersmith and Fulham. So it's a very significant site, and naturally there's a lot of people that are interested in it. At the moment, we're not in a hurry to progress beyond securing a planning application in the middle of this year.
So not yet, coming to for any clarity on that issue with the JV. We're looking at currently 100% of Earls Court. The site presents a strategic long-term redevelopment project for you. What's your outlook for the year ahead?
Well, the London investment market is very positive, and most of the agents in the UK are forecasting rental growth in prime central London offices and retail. And the demand for residential in central London is also very strong from all parts of the world. So our portfolios at Covent Garden and the Great Capital Partnership are all centred in the West End, and therefore they're positioned well to achieve rental growth as it comes into the market. We will be forwarding our planning activities at Earls Court. That will take some time to be determined for a consent, but the prospects of development are already being recognised in the valuation of part of the site. We saw an increase in the Seagrave Road part of the site by £30 million this year, which reflected the valuer's view that planning consent would be forthcoming. So I think the prospects are good.